if I talk about all the things that I absolutely love from QVC over the last 35, 36 years, this has got to be in the top 10.
Thank you. I agree with you, by the way.
Yes, when Aaron Krause first went on Shark Tank, and he then brought these scrub daddies to QVC, which was the scrubby side, and then people were like, well, I wish I had a sponge on the other side, so then he made a softer side and called it a scrub mommy. I'll tell you what, it's the only thing I use when it comes to a scrubber or a sponge.
I agree, and here's why. I mean, he revolutionized the kitchen sponge with Scrub Daddy, and then he revolutionized now the double-sided sponge.
Yeah.
The problem with these is, number one, they scratch on this side, so if you can ruin your countertops, your cabinets. They stink, they smell, they don't rinse clean.
Yeah.
He solved all these problems because with the Scrub Mommy, you're getting the flex texture, which is that original Scrub Daddy material, and then you're getting that Resifoam side. Do you want to show them the colors?
I want to introduce you, Christopher Joyce, our cleaning expert as well. Yeah, let me show you what you're going to get. You're going to get 3 kittens, 3 puppies, all right? And your choice, you don't have a choice. I mean, you're getting all 6 of these. 2 will be in yellow, 2 in pink, 2 in lavender, and they're $25. A lot of people love to keep one set, give a set, whatever you want to do. Let's go back to that flex texture, because I think this is one of the key reasons. Yeah,
you have the flex texture on one side, but then you have that Resifoam. And I just want to show you something with the Resifoam. So I'm going to take my sponge, and I'm just going to put it in the water here. And I'm going to show you, we had this actually independently lab tested. Look at this. It grabs 6 times its weight in water. That is not going to happen with this double-sided sponge. So it's just making your job more efficient. But even more exciting is the fact that the flex texture side. So the Resifoam is 50%. The flex texture is 50%. The flex texture, I'm going to use 2 identical yellow kitties. I'm going to put 1 in cold water, 1 in hot water. And what that does is it changes the texture. The water temperature changes the texture. So the one in the warm water is soft and compressible under this 10-pound weight.
Yeah.
All right, so it's moldable, perfect to do the everyday dishes.
Which is what I like.
It's squeezable, exactly right. But watch this. The one in the cold water now stands up at attention. It's holding up that 10-pound weight because that Resifoam has firmed up, and now it's ready to do the heavy-duty scrubbing, but it's not going to scratch the surface.
Not going to scratch. That's incredible, especially if you have stainless steel appliances and things like that. Now, this is like baked on really dirty.
My compatriot here, Casey, she actually put this gravy browning on here for 45 minutes, burned it on. These are stoves here at QVC. Mustard, ketchup, and cheese.
Yeah.
Watch this. Again, just using tap water, because remember, the cold water firmed it up for me.
Yeah.
Not using a chemically based cleaner, I am able to scrub that mess off, and because it's not going to scratch. That's why I want to do it on a glass top stove.
Yeah.
Because you're always worried about scratching it.
Right.
Also, Scrub Mommy, what I love, watch this. You scrub, you flip, and you wipe, and your job is done. Now I'm going to take a pink, this is a little doggy.
Yeah.
All right, because remember, you're getting 3 dogs, 3 kitties, all the different colors. Kind of the spring colors, which I think are a lot of fun.
That's what's so beautiful.
Now the mustard and the ketchup and the cheese, just like that gravy browning, watch this. Again, it took it off, just using tap water, scrub, flip, and wipe, and your job is done. Now, take a look at this. You're like, ooh, that looks like a typical double-sided sponge. That's nasty, it's gross.
And you would also think one use and now I got to throw it away. No,
that's the beautiful thing. Unlike a typical double-sided sponge, which absolutely gets gross and nasty. And have you ever noticed once they smell, the smell transfers to your hands?
Oh, I know
As you're doing the dishes, you're like, oh,
I know
that's not going to happen. Why? Well, here's why. It's because they truly rinse clean. We know that these do not rinse clean, right?
But
watch this. You saw how nasty our little kitty was. Well, she was dirty. She wasn't nasty. But look at that. We bring her back to bright, fresh, and clean, and independently lab tested to have no odor up to 2 months.
And by the way, if you really don't want to have to like rinse it out for whatever reason, you can put them in the dishwasher and top rack. Okay, so keep that in mind.
So the Resifoam, I showed you how super absorbent, generating, you know, it brings up 6 times its weight in water. Watch this. Now, a tiny dollop of soap. little bit. The same water that I pulled up earlier in the presentation.
Yeah.
We also had this tested because we wanted to know, like, how is this generating so many suds from that tiny little bit of soap?
Yeah.
It's generating 60% more suds than your typical double-sided sponge. So all around, the Flex texture is better than anything you can imagine because it's not going to scratch. The Resofoam side is better than what you can imagine because it's generating more suds. Yeah, it's going all over, which is kind of fun. And then
I wish you could get
there's soap
back
everywhere. Then it's about form and function. Look at the suds on my hand.
Well, the whole thing is when I'm doing dishes, I literally don't have to use as much soap.
That's the deal, right?
So it saves me money that way too. Now,
and because you're wearing it on your fingers rather than having to grab it around your hands, I know the foam is kind of amusing. You're cleaning the sides and the bottom at the same time.
Well, that's just it. And you know what's so cute is that the kitties have whiskers.
They
you know
do.
what I mean?
And the little ears.
The little ears. You're going to get 3 kitties and 3 puppies. And we're going to show you kind of like a quick, you know, right down the row.
So again, the problem with the double-sided sponge that Aaron Krause made better is that it scratches. I mean,
really does.
Now you have ruin on this beautiful piece of hardwood, not only the wood, but think about your cabinets, your countertops.
Oh.
But watch this, that Flex texture side, no matter how hard I try, Mary Beth, I can't scratch.
No.
So you know that you can use it all around the house without any worries, but yet put it in cold water, and then it's going to take care of the messes that maybe get dried on your countertop. It happens to everybody.
You can use it with cleaning, you know, sprays and whatnot, but you don't have to. I tell you, I don't buy cleaning sprays anymore. I just use water.
Yeah, you know, some people want to use a cleaner in the bathroom maybe, and you certainly can with it, but I'm just showing you how super effective this is. Just using tap water, because remember, it firms up that Flex texture, and then the Scrub Mommy, the beautiful thing is you scrub, you flip, and
that
you
was
wipe.
soap scum.
That was soap scum. Exactly.
In fact, here's some more soap scum on the tile. Is there any material that I shouldn't use it on?
We had to test it over 2 dozen surfaces. I mean, of course there is. If you're worried about it, you're going to want to test it. But honestly,
I haven't found one
it's
yet.
pretty amazing. Yeah. And look at that. That's taking soap scum off just using tap water. And then again, the form and function of the eye holes. Look what it's going to do. The temptation dish, the bottom and the sides at the same time.
And that'll rinse clean.
Absolutely,
That's the other thing.
It will.
And they even fit in muffin tins.
That's right.
That's so cool, too. These are the best, and they're brand new today. I want to just remind you, you're going to get 3 kitties and 3 puppies, and these are great gifts, but you've got to get some for yourself if you don't have any. I am in love with Scrub Mommies and Scrub Daddies, for that matter. I just want to know, when are they going to make a Scrub Grammy?
I'll have to bring that up to Aaron. I'll have to mention that to Aaron. Scrub Grammy.
Exactly.
Some kids talk about scrub babies or scrub kitties.
Exactly.
I'm like, I don't know.
In the meantime, stay tuned, because at Home with Mary Beth, we've got a lot more to show you. Don't go away. And our today's special value.